Hi everybody, how you doing today? I hope you've been well. So, I'm just gonna dive in and play some music for you. Maybe a song. Hold on one second. This is important. Yes, there we go. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. It's a little bit not in the right place. There we go. That's better. Yeah, how's that? Yeah, I'm gonna play some music for you. And I'll talk to you right afterwards. Something like that. You know? Thanks for listening today. I had an idea a couple of days ago. When I first started programming, I happened upon a demo that I thought was super cool. It was like a drawing program, but if you drew a line, that line became kind of an animated character. Let me show you this program. It was called Yellowtail. So let's see. There we go. All right, so if I draw a line, you can see my mouse here on the screen, right? If I draw a line, let's say I just go, wow. See, it becomes this animation. It becomes, basically what happens is that the ending point of whatever I draw becomes the beginning point of the next iteration of that picture, of that animation. Okay, so let's say I make let's say I make a circle. Let's do that. See, that one's not really moving, or almost not moving at all, because it started and stopped in about the same place, right? Let's say I make a really fast line, just like a zip. That just zips across the screen. So it's a very, very expressive program. Let me make something more complicated, like maybe a spiral. That one will move kind of slowly across the screen because I took my time making it. And now we have all these cool squiggles happening. Let me see if I can make some rain. I'll just do some descending lines. Oh, actually, I need to do it in the other direction. Now we have some rain. It's amazing what you can do with this thing. So why am I showing you this? Because I've always thought, I mean, it's been years now that I've thought it'd be incredibly cool to be able to do this in music. And so what would that mean? It would mean that I play something, right? And then the place that the note that I ended up on would be the starting note for the next iteration of that. So I actually stayed up kind of late last night programming this, and I'm kind of excited. I didn't even have time to really play around with it. I just got it running, and then I went to bed. So I want to show this to you, and this will be really my very first time playing with this new algorithm. So let's see where it goes. What'd you think of that? Wow, I thought that was pretty fun. That was wild. I mean, I haven't come across anyone making music that specific way. So I'm pretty excited to try that out for you today. There's a lot of things that I could change about it. Like, for example, I could enforce that these figures stay within one key. You know, right now it's just all moving chromatically around, and as a result, the music's like very dissonant and chromatic. But that could be one option. We'll see. What I love about this approach is like you program something and that opens a door, and then who knows where it'll go. I might have a totally different idea tomorrow. Molly Shen says, crazy. Daniela Prelong says, amazing, how hard is it to avoid the keys being played back? Yeah, that was a challenge just now. There was so much going on that sometimes I couldn't actually hit the key that I might want to play. But you know, that's something I experienced in Natural Machines as well. My project where I've written these algorithms that improvise with me in real time. And I've kind of come to embrace it as an added constraint, you know. Constraints are good. Things that limit you are good, and they force you to find new solutions. So in this case, you know, the fact that I couldn't necessarily play the keys I wanted to play, it forced me to maybe just wait a little longer. And leaving space is, I think, generally speaking, a good thing. Alan Haggard says, so much fun. And Drew McConaughey says, so cool and fun. Awesome. I'm glad you guys felt that, because to me it was really fun too. Well, what are we going to do now? Mike Seitz says, you apparently programmed in a decay of the pattern. Very perceptive comment, Mike. So you may have noticed that that in the Yellowtail algorithm, in this one, here we go. Let's see. If I draw a line, it just keeps going forever. It doesn't decay. Of course, that could be programmed in easily. You could program it in so that the lines just like kind of gradually get more and more transparent and end up disappearing. You know, but as it's programmed right now, these lines just stay forever. And one thing that I did last night when I was programming this is I realized I had to program in some kind of decay. Otherwise, you know, the whole piano would be playing simultaneously after a while, and there'd be nothing left for me to do. So, but what I like about decay is that it allows for an evolution of the story, right? Decay is a kind of an amazing way to turn looping, which can be very static if you do looping, to turn looping into a narrative, because older things fall into the past, they disappear, and the story keeps evolving along. Alex Ross, sorry, not Alex Ross. Excuse me, Thomas Addis is who I meant to say. Thomas Addis, who's a great British classical composer. In a book of interviews, he says that some music is fungal. So the music of Wagner, for example, it's fungal. Music of Bach is not fungal. Music of Bach has an overarching structure. But the music of Wagner just seems to kind of start in one place and just kind of grow off of itself, you know? So when you make music in this way of doing looping, but with decay, it's like making fungal music. I like that concept of fungal music. Mike Seitz says, Gefriol se me, Addis is best. I actually don't know that piece, Gefriol se me, and I'm an Addis fan, so I'll have to check that out. Hugo Charnica says, can you play ragtime? Not in a way that I would want to present to you. I can fake ragtime, but there are people who, like my friend Aaron Deal, for example, who joined me for a duet live stream a few weeks ago. There are people who can really, really play ragtime beautifully. So I'm not going to do that for you right now. But what I will do is play something else for you. What should we do? Do you have any requests? I noticed there were maybe some requests earlier. Marilia Vitito Reese says, call it mycelium. I like that. Yeah, there's nothing more fungal than mycelium. Okay, let's see. Any requests, guys? Maybe, ooh. Cameron Cruz says, also, I like that idea of mycelial consciousness. Yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole. We could talk about that all day, but yeah, mycelial consciousness. And Frank Geary says, wow, first time I heard you mention Wagner in these Monday visits. Yeah, I don't talk about Wagner very often, but it's a good poster child for fungal music. Okay, Silvano. Oh, wow. Frank Geary says, A Night in Tunisia. That's kind of an amazing request. I haven't played A Night in Tunisia in forever. And maybe I'm going to play that. Maybe I'm going to play A Night in Tunisia. I warn you, I might not do it justice, but I want to try it. Oh, maybe I'll do it with my algorithmic drum machine. Let's see. I just got to prepare my piano here for a second. Put some erasers in the bass notes. Put some screws in. Let's see, where is it? I think right here. Which one is it actually? That's it. So I'm putting some screws in my piano. So, you know, not necessarily something you're supposed to do at home, but if you do it carefully, it's okay. Now, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's try an add in Tunisia. Here we go. That was fun. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah. Huh. Who made that recommendation? That was Frank Geyer, sorry. Frank Geyer, that's the way it's pronounced. Thank you for that recommendation. I love it when people recommend things that I happen to know but that I haven't played in forever. Cameron Krug says, how about The Song Is You? Song Is You, yeah. Yeah, I haven't played that in a long time. Oh, by the way, you guys know what it means to have a screw loose, right? Maybe those of you who aren't native English speakers might not have heard that expression. But when you have a screw loose, it means you aren't quite right in the head. You might be going a little crazy. I have a screw loose. See, that's why the piano stopped making the right noise after a while. This one got loose. And actually there's another one that I don't even know where it went. I might have to fish around for it a little later. Screw loose. So yeah, Song Is You. You know what? I want to play A Song Is You, and I'll tell you why. It's because I used to play that with Lee Konitz. When I first started playing with Lee, he was 89 years old, and he was in unbelievable shape. This is the great Lee Konitz I'm talking about. One of the all-time great legends of jazz. And he was incredibly adventurous. We would never make a set list. He would just start playing a song, and the people in the band would be expected to just pick up on what the song was and start playing. And then he might change keys halfway through, change tempi. It was really full of true improvisational magic. And then about 6 years later or so, maybe when he was, I'm sorry. I said when I first met Lee, he was 89. Actually, he was 79. That's what I meant to say. He was 79. And so, yeah, about 6 years later, I think when he was 85 or 86, we were on tour in Australia together, and he had a kind of a severe medical event that he made an amazing recovery from. But after that, he was not as adventurous. He was more interested in really playing in harmony and not pushing the boundaries so much. And I really enjoyed playing with him in that context as well. But one thing we did before his accident in Australia is that we used to play The Song Is You pretty regularly. It's a kind of a strange song and modulates pretty wildly in the bridge. And after that event, we never played The Song Is You anymore. So I'm going to play this in honor of my dear friend Lee Konitz, who left us because of COVID-19, actually, in April. Yeah. Memory of Lee Konitz. The Song Is You. The song is You. Also something I haven't played in a very long time. It's an interesting song, isn't it? I'm not sure I totally love The Song Is You. I mean, it's a classic, of course. But the bridge always strikes me as a tiny bit over the top harmonically. Like it feels a little like an effect. Still, I love playing it, and I love being reminded of Lee. What should we do now? Mike Sight says, like those third sequences at the end. I thought you might notice that, Mike. Yeah, major thirds. Because this song is kind of about major thirds, isn't it? You know, the bulk of the tune is in C, and then the bridge, it modulates to E major, and then strongly hits A minor at the beginning of the second half of the bridge. So even though A flat minor is what I meant to say. So even though the A flat is minor, we still have these three key centers pretty strongly defined that are separated by major thirds. George Ackman, who's listening from Russia, says, nice coda. And Kristen Berardi, the amazing singer who was singing so beautifully and controlling my disclavier from Australia last week. She's with us too. Kristen, thank you so much for joining. Oh wow, Serene Blue says blue and green. Wow, do I even remember that? Woo! That's been a long time. I think I do remember it. Let's do that. Beautiful request. Blue and Green by Bill Evans, requested by Serena Blue. By the way, if anyone here is watching on YouTube or Instagram or Periscope, I think it's going out to Periscope as well. I'm reading the comments on Facebook. So if you want to comment and request tunes, go to facebook.com/Dan Tepfer/live. And actually, while I'm talking, I'm going to take this moment to plug something. I'm doing a very, 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 very special show 2 weeks from now. Well, it's a little less than 2 weeks from now. It's going to be August 14th. August 14th, I'm playing with the one and only Cécile McLaurin-Salvant. She's, I think, a triple Grammy winner. Incredible artist, not only one of the best jazz singers in the world, but also a remarkable thinker about art. She makes really striking visual art and is kind of unparalleled in terms of her choice of repertoire. She'll dig up super old songs that in today's light feel like they have a very striking political message. She's really remarkable as an artist, even beyond being a musician. And we are doing a ticketed live stream concert on August 14th. That's a Friday, August 14th. It'll be at 3 p.m. New York time. So, you know, that's 9 p.m. in Paris, 8 p.m. in London, 9 a.m. I think in Hawaii, etc. And you can get tickets. Tickets are $5, and you can get them right there at dantepfer.com/TIX. dantepfer.com/TIX. So that'll be a duo with Cécile McLaurin-Salvant on August 14th at 3 p.m. So yeah, please join us for that. And without further ado, here's Blue and Green. What am I going to do? How about doing Blue and Green at a different time signature? Does someone want to suggest a time signature? I'm not going to do it in a different key, but please give me a time signature. And Florence Viala says, Blue and Green is a very nice idea. Good. Glad you agree. I think it's a really nice idea. Thanks for mentioning that. I also haven't played Blue and Green in forever. Bob McWilliams says, wow, what a great live stream combination. And Silvano Raffo says, some odd time signature like 7/8. Okay, how about 7/8? Oh my God, Yanette Valdez just joined us. Yanette is an amazing singer who lives in Havana, in Cuba. Yanette, it's so good to have you with us. Amazing. We actually played together and also recorded together an album that never came out. We got to put that out someday. Okay, I've got some time signatures coming in. George Ackman says 5-4. Robert Jacobson 9-8. Marilia Viteto Reese says your past 3-4s have been great. Ronald Rosenthal says, Dan, you can check with Aaron about playing with Cecile. I've actually played with Cecile twice before, and she's a dear friend of mine. But yeah, Aaron Deal, of course, has played with her a lot. I forgot to mention, we're going to do a really special program on August 14th with Cecile McLaurin-Salvant. We are going to do French songs, all French songs. And why are we doing that? It's because both Cecile and myself grew up speaking English and French from a super young age. So we're both, French and English are our native languages of both of us. When we talk to each other, we're like switching back and forth. And so her French is perfect, and she rarely sings in French for very extended amounts of periods of time. So this is a concert where we're doing the French songbook. It's a really special program. We'll be doing that on August 14th. And the tickets are at dantepfer.com/tickets /tix, T-I-X, for $5. Where were we going with this? Yes, time signatures for blue and green. I like the idea of the first one. Silvano Raffo said 7-8. Let's try doing this in 7. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, I enjoyed playing that for you guys. Blue and green. What a great request. Um, actually, that reminds me. Years ago, I got to play with the great Charlie Hayden, who was one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century, I would say. Definitely one of the very greatest jazz bassists and great composer as well. A person after my heart because he loved to range widely in style. I mean, he was one of the original members of the Ornette Coleman Quartet, which was all about pushing the envelope into free jazz. But then he also recorded with country musicians, and he was very happy both inside and outside. And that's exactly where I want to be. And I was remembering while I was playing Blue and Green just now that years ago, thanks to my friend Jeremy Stratton, who's a great bassist and the bassist in the Lee Konitz Quartet for a long time, and who was very close to Charlie. Years ago, Charlie asked me to play with him for his sound checks at the Blue Note. This was probably at least 10 years ago. He used to have this duo series at the Blue Note every year where he'd play with different pianists. And Charlie was someone who would always sound check. He was incredibly particular about sound, and he cared deeply that everything be in its right place when the concert came around. And so he would always sound check, but some of the pianists couldn't make the sound check, some of the pianists that he was playing with. And as a result, I got called in on 2 different occasions to play with him at sound check. And we actually played, for 20 or 30 minutes both times. And one of the songs I played with him was Blue and Green. So I'll forever associate that with him. Joyce Glasgow says, it's amazing how many sounds and moods one's soul can draw from the piano. What a marvelous invention. I have to agree with you. It's kind of amazing. Also, the piano is always playing tricks on you because it's really just a big typewriter, It doesn't have anything like the possibility of expression of like a violin or the voice. It's really pretty cut and dry. You press the note and then you let the note up. But by some kind of magic, when you play when you really try to bring your spirit to it and try to just bring your heart to the piano, by some kind of magic, it manages to communicate that. I can't really explain that, I have to say. Yeah, it is a big typewriter. That's right, Marilia Potato Reese. Bob McWilliams says, do you know the Hampton Hawes and Charlie Hayden duo album? I do, and I love it. That's actually a big inspiration on me. I got that album when I was probably 18, I think. And I've listened to it many times. It's been a few years, but that's a really, really beautiful album. And actually, there's a great documentary about Charlie Hayden that came out, a few years ago, that mentions that Charlie went on like a big road trip, a kind of a quest to track down Hampton Hawes. Hampton Hawes had a really difficult life. He was in and out of prison, and wasn't an easy person to pin down. And Charlie tracked him down and made that record with him. Okay, I think it's about time to wrap this up for today. What should I play as my last tune? Do you guys have any more requests? Let's see. Daniela Prelong says, oh, could you play something from Tokyo Adagio? That is a duo record of Gonzalo Rubalcaba, right? And Charlie. That's a beautiful record. I'm a big fan of Gonzalo Rubalcaba's incredible pianist. I would say underrated in many ways. I don't know why people don't talk about him all the time. I mean, the people who know that he's incredible, but to me, he's one of the greatest. I don't remember what songs are on that album though. Probably. Oh, George Ackman requests "Someday My Prince Will Come." Oh, Sergei Ereman requests Bach. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. I want to play a little Bach. I'm gonna play some Bach. Cayenne Jean Philippe says La La Land. No, I'm not playing anything from La La Land. That's not gonna happen. Actually, Hans Groiner, who's this fictitious character on Twitter, who is actually run by this really amazing jazz pianist. He had an immortal tweet about La La Land. He said, "Love the movie La La Land. One never tires of root position chords or the diatonic scale." Nailed it. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh, wow, what a great idea. Grace Chu says, how about something with only your left hand in memory of Leon Fleischer? What a fantastic idea. Wow, I love this. Yes, the great Leon Fleischer left us, I think, yesterday. At 92, I think. Yeah, quite an amazing figure in music. And he spent 30 years playing only with his left hand because he had some devastating motor problems with his right hand, probably from over practicing, and actually then made a comeback and started playing with his two hands again in the 90s. But yeah, I'm gonna play something with my left hand. Okay, we had a request for Someday My Prince Will Come. Should I try that with my left hand? Okay, I'm gonna try that. This is gonna be wild. Someday My Prince Will Come with only my left hand. All right, see how this goes. Well, hey, that was fun. Wow, what a fantastic idea. I think that was Grace Chu had that idea of playing a left-hand piece for Leon Fleischer. You know what's funny is I was reading about Maestro Fleischer's death last night, and I thought to myself, I would love to be able to play something in his honor. But then I couldn't think of anything because you know, I mean, he was a champion of the Romantic repertoire, and you know, it's not like I could whip out some Brahms to play for you guys right now in any kind of really competent way. And I couldn't think of anything. Well, for one thing, I was maybe a little too busy madly getting this program together that I showed you earlier in the stream. But what a fantastic idea! I mean, perfect. This is what I love about these live streams. I always learn something every single time. Okay, guys, I think it's time to say goodbye. I guess you guys, there's a lot of very, very kind comments from you. I guess you liked left-hand only music. Maybe I should do some more of that. What's wonderful about playing with only the left hand is that it really forces you to get out of your habits. I try to do that every time I play, but you know, playing with only your left hand, there are no habits there. It's not something I do virtually ever, so it's pretty cool. Mike Seitz says, I wish I could play like that, sleep deprived. I'm not quite as sleep deprived as I was last week. Last week I really got almost no sleep at all, but I got a few hours last night. Alan Haggard says, there's a long remembrance on NPR this morning. Okay, great. I'll try to check that out. Guys, I'm going to go. It was beautiful to connect with you today. And I'm going to plug this one more time because I'm a little bit shameless, but also because I'm actually not ashamed at all to be pushing this idea of ticketed, truly live concerts online. I think it's the only way that we can make this a remotely sustainable period for artists. And so I'm really proud to be doing these ticketed live stream concerts. This will be my 5th one. And in fact, I wanted to thank everyone who came to my concert of the Bach Inventions paired with my improvised inventions for the missing keys last Friday. Was that just last Friday? Jesus. Thursday? Friday. It was just a few days ago, wasn't it? That's crazy. Yeah, many people came, and it was just, it was really, I'm so encouraged by this format. I love the questions afterwards. The discussion was really interesting. So I want to thank everyone who came. And please join me and Cécile McLaurin-Salvant in 2 weeks, August 14th, for our duo concert, our duo ticketed live stream. As I said earlier, she's just extraordinary, and I'm really looking forward to it. Joyce Glasgow says, thank you, please an encore. That's really, really kind, Joyce. I'll be back next Monday at 2 p.m. And in the meantime, I hope you all stay really healthy. I hope your loved ones stay healthy. And I hope we get to see each other in person again soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.